If you have an autoimmune condition like Hashimoto's, one of the root causes is a gut condition. We need to work on gut health. And so over the past month or so, I've given you good and better. And today we're going to talk about the best thing you can do for your gut health to help it heal, to help it repair, to help it be as healthy as possible so that you can be as healthy as possible. Welcome to the Health with Hashimoto's podcast. This is where you will find clarity and simple, sustainable strategies to feel better. I want to help you figure out your root causes. My name is Esther Youngkin. I am a registered nurse. I know how exhausting it is to live with fatigue, brain fog, and the ups and downs of Hashimoto's. And that is why I'm here. I'm here to cut through the confusion and to give you practical steps that support your body, calm your immune system, so that you can regain your energy and feel like yourself again. So every autoimmune condition comes with root causes, and that is our ultimate goal, is to find those root causes, address them, and then get our body working the way that it's designed to feel like ourselves again, to have abundant energy, to have brain and mental clarity, to be the person in our relationships and in our circles that we want to be, that we know we can be. And we don't want our autoimmune conditions to be interfering with that. So we want to find and identify root causes. And that is one thing, the main thing that you're going to do when you enroll in the Hashimoto's root cause reset. We're going to work together one-on-one to identify those and to figure out simple and sustainable things that you can do. Like, I'm not going to give you 20 different things to do. Like, if you're going to read a blog post, you're going to come away with a whole bunch of things to do. But working one-on-one, we're going to figure out, okay, what is going to work for you right now in this season of life so that you can feel like yourself again, so that we can get your body doing what it's supposed to. And we have to address gut health. So over the past couple episodes, we've talked about good and we've talked about better. And today is all about the best thing for your gut health. So as a quick refresher, good is getting probiotics in our diet at least once a day. Personally, I try to get them into every meal. At breakfast, I usually do a liquid breakfast because ever since my first pregnancy, I've had 5 pregnancies. One of them ended in a miscarriage, which the last episode was so insightful about. But my breakfast is liquid, so I have water kefir and yogurt every day for breakfast. And I mix them up so that I could just drink it. I like to include sauerkraut or something with a lunch. And I guess now that I'm talking about it, I don't have like a standard probiotic food that I incorporate with my supper. But that's my goal. I used to have 0 probiotic foods in my diet, and now I'm working up to 1 with every meal because that is so good for your gut health. The next step in good, better, best is to incorporate supplemental probiotics and prebiotics if you're not getting enough in your diet. And when you're looking at probiotics, you want to look at ones that are research proven to do good things in your gut. We want your gut to be able to heal, to repair. We want the gut lining to be able to heal, to get tight again. We don't want to deal with leaky gut. And there are strains that are better than others. Also, if you're dealing with SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, or SIFO, which is fungal instead of bacterial, then you want to work on specific strains and to work with a different protocol so that you get your gut back in balance. Gut health is so important. If you stretched out your gut, just, side to side, it would be the size of a tennis court. And we have to take care of that whole gut. So today we're talking about the best thing you can do for your gut. And this one, I'm going to tell you up front, it is an investment. It is a product, but it is different than anything I've seen. You've probably seen peptides. People are talking about peptides. This is GLP-1. There's also a bunch of other peptides. The thing is, peptides are created by your body. Your gut creates a lot of peptides. Some peptides are good and helpful, and some are not helpful. For example, zonulin. Zonulin is a peptide created in your gut, and it promotes leaky gut. So we want there to be, tightness in between all of the cells. We want it to be the right amount of space so that things that aren't supposed to get through can't get through. Well, zonulin increases those gaps. It increases leaky gut. And then leaky gut causes a whole lot of other problems, including allergies, sensitivities, and it can cause autoimmune problems because more things are getting out into your bloodstream and then your body has to mount an attack and it causes problems. So we do not want a lot of zonulin produced by our gut. And there are peptides that we want our body to create more of, things that we've talked about before, like GLP-1 and GLP-2. We want our bodies to create more of that to get back to healthy levels of production because the GLP-1 and GLP-2, they do specific things with our hunger and with our blood sugar regulation. They help our bodies work better. So our goal is to identify our root causes. One of the next things we need to do is figure out how to address those root causes. Well, we know as somebody with an autoimmune condition, our gut is one of those root causes. So how can we help our gut? Let me tell you about the Healthy Edge Stack. The Healthy Edge Stack is made of 2 different products. One of them I've talked about a lot on this podcast because of how powerful it is for your body. It helps your body clean up oxidative stress. It reduces oxidative stress by an average of 40% in just 30 days. That is huge. And I've got a bunch of other podcast episodes about Protandim NRF2 and how it works in your body, how it helps your body do what it's supposed to do as far as creating antioxidants and helping every single cell clean up and perform at their best. The other part of the Healthy Edge Stack is P84. The number 84 comes from all of the different ways that it helps your body and it helps your gut. It is primarily helping your gut to regulate, repair, and restore. And it does this by activating 14 key peptides that do that. So let me tell you a little bit about those. Let me give you an overview first, actually. So the regulating peptides, they're going to help you support digestion, nutrient absorption, immunity, help the gut communicate with phytonutrients. Those are the colorful nutrients that you're eating. It activates the necessary peptides to keep your gut functioning properly. P84 also helps with repair. We all need that repair in our gut. So the P84 aids in natural gut repair, especially under stress. The activated peptides help calm the responses and keep the good in and the bad out. We definitely want that. The third thing, regulate, repair, and restore. So when you're restoring, you're helping create the right environment for beneficial bacteria to thrive. We want to restore the calm. We want to restore balance. We want to strengthen the things that are supposed to be in our gut so that our gut and our body work together well. So that's a quick overview of P84. And now let me get a little nerdy or a little geeky on you and tell you specifically some of these 14 different peptides. So the regulators, and you do not need to remember the names of these. I don't remember the names of these. I look them up every single time I want to talk about them. CCK is one of them. And this was one that's also impacted by the mind-body GLP-1 system, which I talked about back in October, and I've been using. It is phenomenal. The GLP-1 system, the mind-body GLP-1 system, increases CCK. The P84 does even more. So this is like the processor. It makes sure the fats and the proteins are properly processed in your gut. Of course, we want that. Another of the regulating peptides is called somatostatin. And I think I'm saying that right. It's abbreviated SST. And that regulates the regulating peptides, which is just like we're doing chicken and egg thing. We're helping everything help. And so there's the regulators. There's more VIP. It's not very important person in this case. It is the vasoactive intestinal peptide. This is like the gut soother. It helps to calm overreactive areas of the gut. And some people absolutely need this more than others. Like at least they might notice that they need this gut soothing peptide more than others. There's gastrin-releasing peptide. This is like the first responder. It sends alerts to fire up digestion. And I think you can start to see that these regulating peptides really help your gut function as it's supposed to. And then there's the peptides that help your gut restore. So one of them is mucin number 2. This is like the gardener. It creates a nourishing layer that protects and keeps the gut stable. And then I already mentioned GLP-2. This is like the nutritionist, the garden nutritionist. It's going to foster a well-fed and balanced environment so that your microbes can grow strong. And GLP-2 also helps with blood sugar regulation. It's in the name, glucagon like peptide 2. Glucagon refers to the whole blood sugar process. There's also the repairers. So remember, I said at least 14 different peptides that all come into line. If they're supposed to be higher, your body is going to say, oh, let me make more of that. If they're supposed to be lower, like zonulin, your body is going to say, oh, you know what? We don't really need to make as much zonulin. So some of the repairers are OCLN. This is occludin. I think I'm saying that right. Not sure. This is kind of like the metal worker. It's strengthening and stabilizing tight junctions. And of course, just a couple minutes ago, I was talking about leaky gut and how we do not want a lot of gaps in our gut. We want to stabilize and strengthen and create tight junctions. We want to have new tissue. We want to have a rebuilder. That's another one of the peptides. Epiregulin, EREG, that's the abbreviation for this one. That is the rebuilder. It's supporting new tissue. So I did mention zonulin earlier. This P84 combined with the Protandim NRF2 because they work better together and they tell your body to do more things when you're working with both of them than just individual. They are synergistic. When you're taking them both together, the Protandim NRF2 and the P84, your zonulin goes down. And that helps keep the good in and the bad out. Claudin number 1 or CLDN1, this is, again, working on the leaky gut. We call this one the seal specialist. Not seal as in the Arctic water animal. No, seal as in, we're ensuring the barriers are watertight. We want to patch up all of the holes. We want to make sure that everything is exactly as God designed. We don't want the leaky gut anymore. There are so many different things that your gut does. So many different things. Your gut is responsible for about 70 to 80% of your immune function. And if you have an autoimmune condition, that means your immune system is stressed. So working on your gut health in general is very important for your immune system overall. And then also working on the gut lining, on the leaky gut, is very important also. There's so many different layers of this. And that's one reason why the Healthy Edge Stack is so powerful, because it's hitting so many layers. And all you're doing is taking 2 products once a day. That's all. It takes me, I incorporate P84 and Protandim with my breakfast. And so I already told you I have water kefir. I get some probiotics there. I put some yogurt in, and then I throw in the P84. It's a little powder. The taste is okay. There's 2 different packets. There's the purples and reds, and then there's the greens. A lot of the green powders on the market are nasty. I mean, let's just be honest, nasty. This one is not nasty. I remember I had one green powder and I honestly had to hold my breath when I opened the package because it was so potent. This one is no big deal. And when you mix the greens and the purples together, the taste is pretty good. I will say I don't love the aftertaste, but one swallow of water and the aftertaste is gone. Not like other greens that I have tried, which is, it's just a whole experience, right? The P84 is good. Like, I don't have to struggle to get it down. And for myself, I just put the P84 right into my yogurt and water kefir. I don't flavor it with other stuff. Some people who are putting more berries and things into their smoothie, they love the taste of the P84, and they said they don't mind the aftertaste at all. So it really depends on how you are customizing it, but I love that it is so simple, and it's taking just this one thing a day, this Healthy Edge Stack, combining the Protandim NRF2, which I've been taking for multiple years now, and the P84, I'm telling my gut to do what my gut is supposed to do. And I'm helping every single cell in my gut and every single cell in my body do what they're designed to do. And that is the goal. The goal is to get our bodies working how they were designed to work. So if I can take the Healthy Edge stack every day, and in doing so, I'm telling so many different gut peptides to get back online to do what they're designed to do. And then, of course, the downstream effects of all of those. Let's just think about GLP-1 and how many people are paying so much money for all the benefits of GLP-1. This product, the Healthy Edge stack, it is activating 14 different peptides, not just GLP-1, 14 different peptides. And can you imagine all of the downstream effects that are coming from 14 different peptides being at the levels that they're supposed to be or getting towards the levels that they're supposed to be? I am in love. If you are on my email list, then you saw that I am trying gluten again. I did an episode, I think about 8 months ago, 9 months ago, and I was talking about freshly milled flour and that some people who are gluten sensitive can tolerate gluten if it's freshly milled. Well, I tried that, did not work for me. My body said no, but I've been working on my gut health. I've been doing the good, I've been doing the better, and now I've been doing the best. I have been doing the Healthy Edge stack for, I want to say 2 or 3 months. And so I was like, oh, I wonder if my gut is healed enough, if it's healthy enough that I can tolerate gluten. If you want updates on that story, you're going to get on my email list. Just go to my website, healthwithhashimotos.com. I send an email every Saturday. I did kind of lose my Instagram access. If you've been wondering why I am less active on there, it's because I got a new phone about a month ago. Really long story and really, really long story. And I still don't have Instagram on my phone. I do have it on my computer. So I can pre-schedule posts and I can do things through Meta's suite, through the business suite, but I can't get on with my phone, which means I can't just post a story, and it's a lot harder to make a reel. So I would have been doing those, giving my ancient grain gluten journey, but it's been difficult. So I will maybe try on that. Quite honestly, it's been relaxing not having Instagram on my phone. I kind of like it. I don't know. Let me know if you miss me on Instagram and what I should do about that. But right now, I'm just going to honestly say I quit trying on my phone because I don't miss Instagram on my phone. In fact, I enjoy the lack of Instagram on my phone. So anyway, all of that to say, I've been trying gluten again because of how I've been working on my gut. And I want you to have that too. I want you to be able to expand and get back to the old normal, not the old normal of being sick. Not the old normal of being fatigued, not the old normal of falling asleep while you're reading your kids a story, not the old normal of being unable to think of the words that you're trying to get out. No, we're going to go past that. Go back to when you were healthy, when you were vibrant, when you had a lot of energy, when you could show up in the world and in your family and at work and in your social settings with the personality and with the energy and with everything that made you you. Hashimoto's does not have to steal from you. There is hope. You can get your life back. You can get your energy back. You can get your brain back. You can get your mood back. I want you to know that there is hope. And working on your gut health is a key part of that process. So we've talked about good, we've talked about better, and now we've talked about the best. And of course, there is links in the show notes because I want you to experience such an improvement in your gut health. And I know the Healthy Edge stack is a fantastic way to do it. Are there more ways that you can do that? Are there other bests? There probably are. The thing about the microbiome, so, your gut health, is it's such an expanding topic. There are more and more research studies and products coming out all of the time. And when I first found seed, which I talked about in the good and better. I talked about it in the better. When I first found seed, I was so impressed and I made a commitment. I said, if I ever found something better, I would let you know. And I've said that specifically to a couple of people. Like, this is the best I have found on the market. If something better comes along, because this field is always expanding, I will let you know. And I am happy to say that the Healthy Edge stack, I finally found it. I have finally found something has been finally released that is better. If you are working on your gut health, the Healthy Edge Stack is a tool that you are going to want to look at, you're going to want to use. So click the link down in the show notes. It's always cheaper on subscription, of course. And the company that it's from, LifeVantage, is a network marketing company. So if you want to be part of my team, send me a message, not on Instagram. Come over to the Health with Hashimoto's community on School. The link is down in the show notes, and send me a message over there because I would love to help you get started. So whether you choose to be a customer on subscription and save 10%, or whether you choose to be a consultant and join my team, the Healthy Edge Stack is so powerful for your gut health. And your gut health matters for your autoimmune health, for everything. Gut health it's life. We have to address gut health. And I am so thankful to be able to bring you good, better, and best options so that you can figure out what fits with your life, what fits with the time that you have, with the budget that you have, with the goals that you have. How you want to pursue it is completely up to you. I'm here to give you the options. I'm here to educate you and help you make the best decisions. And of course, you can go down to the show notes and you can book a Hashimoto's root cause reset where we can work one-on-one to help you figure out exactly what you need to do for the best health possible. This podcast is for informational and educational purposes only. Please discuss any changes with your trusted healthcare provider. To take your next step, join our school community and explore the courses available there. You do not have to figure your health out alone. So that is school, SKOOL.com, and it is the Health with Hashimoto's community. I'll see you next time on the Health with Hashimoto's podcast.